A shocking update has just rocked the White House that could change its press briefings soon. Karoline Leavitt, one of President Donald Trump's most visible and trusted aides, is stepping down as White House press secretary. Trump announced that Leavitt will leave the post at the end of August. At just 28 years old, Leavitt has become one of the most recognizable faces of the Trump administration. Trump praised her performance, calling her one of his most trusted aides and saying she had done a phenomenal job as press secretary. But Leavitt says the decision to leave is ultimately about something much more personal. She wants to spend more time with her young children and family.
Serving as the White House press secretary over the past year and a half has been the honor and adventure of a lifetime. I am incredibly grateful to President Trump for granting me so many extraordinary opportunities, such as working in the West Wing and spending countless hours in the Oval Office, flying around the world and meeting foreign leaders, and traveling across our beautiful country and meeting Americans from all walks of life. Most of all, I am thankful to the President for entrusting me with the distinct privilege of speaking on his behalf at the White House podium. I have spoken with great pride about the many historic accomplishments of this administration, and I have relished holding the liberal media accountable and ensuring the American people hear the truth about President Trump's successes. Being a mother and welcoming a new baby while working in one of the most demanding jobs in the world has been the most rewarding yet challenging season of my life, to say the least. The truth is, since returning to the White House after the birth of my daughter, I have felt in my heart that I cannot be the best mom my two young children deserve while devoting the constant time, energy, and attention required of the White House press secretary. And that is why I have ultimately made the bittersweet decision to depart the White House and embark on a new chapter in my life. President Trump has asked me to continue serving as a top advisor to him on the outside, and I will always remain a vocal advocate for MAGA and the Republican Party. Our country is facing an existential threat from an increasingly extremist Democrat Party that seeks to destroy everything great about America, and I believe it is incumbent upon all of us who care about this country to fight back against that threat. My fight is entering a new phase, but it is far from over. Thank you again to the President, the First Lady, and the entire Trump family for your kindness and generosity over the years. Thank you to our amazing Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles, for empowering me since the day she hired me on the campaign, and to the President's Cabinet, my staff, colleagues, and friends at the White House who work so hard on behalf of our nation. It has been a privilege to serve alongside so many accomplished and impressive people, and I look forward to cheering them on over the next 2.5 years. And of course, thank you most especially to my loving and supportive husband and family for the sacrifices they made for me to serve in this role.
In her farewell message, Leavitt described the decision as bittersweet. She said serving as White House press secretary had been the honor and adventure of a lifetime. But she also acknowledged the enormous demands of the position. According to Leavitt, becoming a mother while holding one of the most demanding jobs in the world created an increasingly difficult balancing act. She said that after returning to the White House following the birth of her daughter, she realized she could not give her two young children the time, energy, and attention they deserve while continuing in such a demanding role. Leavitt will therefore leave the White House at the end of August. But her departure does not mean she is leaving Trump's political orbit. President Trump has asked her to remain one of his top outside advisors. He also said she would continue to be an influential voice within the Republican Party. That means Leavitt is expected to remain closely involved with the administration's broader political agenda. Trump specifically indicated that she would help his effort to win the upcoming midterm elections. So while she is stepping away from the podium, she is not stepping away from Trump. Leavitt herself has also made clear that she intends to continue supporting Trump, the Republican Party, and the MAGA movement. Her departure now leaves an important question for the White House. Who will take over one of the most high-profile communications jobs in American politics? Trump has not yet announced a replacement. The next press secretary will inherit a role that requires constant interaction with the media and frequent defense of presidential policy. Leavitt became particularly prominent through those daily White House briefings. She regularly defended Trump's decisions while confronting questions from journalists. Her sometimes combative exchanges with reporters also made her a highly recognizable figure beyond Washington. For the Trump administration, she became one of its most visible public voices. Her political profile also grew rapidly during her time in the White House. Leavitt was already a prominent Trump supporter before taking the press secretary role. And her position at the podium turned her into one of the administration's leading messengers. She now leaves after serving in a role she assumed in January 2025. At the time, she was just 27 years old. That made her the youngest person ever to serve as White House press secretary. Her departure, therefore, marks a significant change for Trump's communications operation. Leavitt has thanked President Trump, First Lady Melania Trump, Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, her White House colleagues, and her family. Trump, meanwhile, has made clear that he does not see this as the end of Leavitt's political career. Instead, she is moving from the White House podium to a role outside the building, but still close to the president. And with the midterm elections approaching, Trump is already signaling that her political influence will continue. So Karoline Leavitt may be leaving one of the most demanding jobs in Washington, but she is not leaving Trump's inner political circle. Her next chapter will take her away from the daily White House briefing room and closer to the role of a political advisor and strategist. For now, the biggest unanswered question is who will stand behind the White House podium when Leavitt officially leaves at the end of August.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see you here today. Good morning, Gabe. I don't want to comment on the specifics of the deal as we're still, again, as I just said, talking especially about this very important condition that the president raised this morning.
Day 11, and as you know, we're doing something that nobody ever thought was possible to do. Our military is the best. It's the most powerful in the world, and they're hitting them very hard. This is 47 years of abuse and killing lots of people, killing and maiming lots of people.
Hello, everybody. We have Waddle. Waddle. Hi, guys. What's Waddle's life been like? Waddle's life has been wonderful, living on the farm in North Carolina with our grower Travis Pittman and the National Turkey Federation Chairman Jay Jandrin. He, along with Gobble, who you'll see a little bit later, they've been given the luxury experience, but they're raised just like any commercial turkey operation. Hi, Caroline. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It stopped raining, so I'll take a few questions.
Caroline, quick question on the China. Will the president delay that if the war is still going on, and on that, has the president spoken to China about?
Yes, so the president looks forward to meeting with President Xi.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.